In MotoGP, form can change quickly. A year ago, Francesco Bagnaia was the benchmark of Sunday dominance. Now, in 2025, it's Marc Marquez who looks untouchable. But if we put their peak performances side by side, Bagnaia's 2024 season and Marquez's current 2025 campaign, the similarities are striking. In fact, on pure race pace, Bagnaia last year was often matching the lap times that Marquez is producing today. We took their relevant races from 24 and 25 so far, and compared their lap times from Sundays. Let's rewind to 24. Bagnaia didn't always shine on Saturdays. His qualifying struggles and weaker sprint results left him playing catch-up in the championship fight. But on Sundays, he was devastating. 11 race wins, consistent podium pace, and long runs that often broke the field. The problem was Jorge Martin's consistency. Martin didn't always beat Bagnaia outright, but he gathered points everywhere, especially on Saturdays, and that was enough to edge Bagnaia to the title. Still, from a pure performance standpoint, Bagnaia's 2024 race pace was at the very top of the sport. Now fast forward to 25. Marc Marquez has picked up where Bagnaia left off. Only this time, he's combining pace with results. Marquez has been ruthless on both Saturdays and Sundays, and his rhythm in the races is eerily similar to what Bagnaia produced last year. Look at the lap charts. Marquez is consistently in the low benchmark range, often chipping away lap after lap without fading. And while Bagnaia last year was sometimes even faster over a stint, Marquez is stringing it together almost every weekend this season. There's another layer to the comparison: the bikes. Marquez is riding a new Ducati specification in 2025, while Bagnaia's machine seems to be closer in character to the GP24. Bagnaia has pointed out several small issues this season with GP25. Nothing dramatic on its own, but enough to prevent him from replicating the flow and confidence he had a year ago. So, if you check the aerodynamics on Bagnaia's bike, it looks almost exactly as it was on his GP24. There was an upgrade in the second part of last year regarding the frame, which Bagnaia really liked, but Ducati was not able to produce the parts for all their riders. That should be the basis for the GP25, but something went wrong in the meantime. Ducati also decided to not use the new engine for 25. They are using the specification from last year. Marquez, on the other hand, seems completely at ease with his package, pushing from the first lap and maintaining that edge deep into races. When you overlay the race pace graphs, it becomes even clearer. Bagnaia's 2024 laps were right in the same window as Marquez in 2025. So what does it all mean? Many says that the GP24 was a perfection, maybe the best ever MotoGP bike. So, for sure it is not easy to develop something even better. Also, with only 6 bikes this year, from which only 3 are the latest specification, there are for sure less data for analysis and development. Looks like Ducati is not as dominant this season as earlier, but it is the rider this time who makes the difference. In 24, Bagnaia set a standard that looked almost impossible to beat. Yet 1 year later, Marquez is meeting that level and turning it into a crushing title campaign. Bagnaia's struggles in 2025 highlight just how fine the margins are in MotoGP. A few setup issues, a slightly different bike character, and suddenly you're no longer the unstoppable force. He is even struggling to match the pace of riders on GP24. Marquez has stepped into the role now, and unless Bagnaia finds a way to recapture his 2024 form, the balance of power inside Ducati looks set to stay in Marquez's hands. Maybe Ducati is in even bigger troubles than it looks like? What is your opinion? Can Bagnaia finally find his form in the second half of the season? Let us know in the comments, and if you find interesting this analysis, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you not miss our next video.